Hello everyone, I am Chase at Rocky Mountain ATV giving you a closer look at the Instinct boot from Fox Racing. Alright, so today we're giving you a closer look at the Instinct boot coming from Fox Racing. So this is the flagship pro-level boot in Fox's lineup. Some of the best riders in the world have been wearing this over the years, like Chad Reed, Ryan Dungey, Ricky Carmichael, Ken Roczen. I myself, I spent a lot of time in the Instinct. I'm a big fan, so I'll give you some of my thoughts on the boot as well as we go through. But before we dive in and we start talking about the features, let's just talk about fitment real quick. So for me, I feel like the Instinct does fit true to size. I wear a size 9 tennis shoe, I wear a size 9 in the Instinct. Some riders do talk about the boot fitting a little bit small. So if you are right between sizes, well, then maybe go up one size. But remember, the Instinct is an apparel item that goes for any boot that we sell at Rocky Mountain. We have our fit guarantee. If you buy these or any other boot, you're not happy with the sizing or fitment, send it back to us in brand new, unused condition. We want to make sure you get the size and the fitment that you are looking for, which is why we give free shipping both ways on your first exchange. So with the Instinct, like I said, I like it. Very comfortable. That is one thing that I think stands out most about this boot is how flexible and how comfortable it is right out of the box. So little to zero break-in time. Something that Fox really prides themselves on with the Instinct. Also, what I feel the Instinct does best or better than any other boot that I have ridden in is the amount of foot peg feel that I have. So when you're standing on the foot pegs, I can feel everything that's going on underneath my feet, so it makes braking and shifting a whole lot easier by having so much feel with the sole. So we'll talk a little bit more about how they get that feel. But overall, like I said, very comfortable, little flex, so if that's something you're looking for, this would be a really good option. Let's talk about construction. So the way they construct the Instinct, the base is going to be a microfiber material. You can see you have a lot of hard TPU throughout this entire boot. So you have this hard reinforcement here over top the toe box to help with impacts. Now up here at the top, you'll see there is that large TPU shin plate. Now with the calf opening, what I like, they've left a generous opening at the top. So if you're like me, you have larger calves and you wear knee braces, plenty of room at the top to make sure you're going to get these to overlap and get that to buckle down. If we look at the lateral side, again, you have plenty of hard plastic. I like down here at this bottom buckle that they have this raised portion of TPU just to help protect that buckle. Looking at the back here, reinforced heel cup. What I like about this, you have a lateral and medial side hinge, and they use what they call their dynamic core stabilizer. So that's what helps give this boot so much flex, and having that little break-in time is with that hinge system. But also what I like too is that with this dynamic core stabilizer, if you look down here towards the top of the heel, you can see they actually have a lockout point. So when it comes to hyperflexion, as this boot is flexing, it reaches that lockout point. That's just going to help give a little bit added protection to the rider's ankle. So flipping around, we look at the medial side here again. There's that hinge you can see here on the medial side. Lots of that hard TPU. But here, what I like that Fox uses is called Duratec. So Duratec is a very grippy rubber material. You can see it's all this black material working its way down, even this red portion here down the bottom. And what Duratec is, or does, it just gives a lot of grip to the ride or to the bike when you're squeezing the bike with your legs. It does a great job with that. They've actually updated this material back in 2018 just to give it a little bit even more grip and durability. And that's what you're going to see here that you have with the sole as well. So you're getting that Duratec across the entire sole. The sole is replaceable, so if you do wear through it, you can have it replaced. I feel like the durability on the sole is really good, and there is going to be a steel shank in there as well just to help with the rigidity of that sole. But also what I like about these, like I mentioned earlier, this boot does really good when it comes to feel with shifting and braking, and a lot of that is credited towards their low ride chassis. So when you put this boot on, it helps the rider's foot sit just a little bit lower in the boot, and that's what's helped giving that feel that you're going to want as a rider. Now if we look at the front here, let's talk about the buckles. Now the buckles, in my opinion, are the one nitpick that I have, the one area where I feel they could really improve with the Instinct. The buckles work well. It's a ball and socket design, something that Fox has been using for years now. So I don't have any beef with the straps. So it's very simple. You just take the strap, place it in, and then snap it shut. But here's where I wish it could be a little bit better. So with the buckles themselves, these are replaceable, but you'll notice here that the buckles just really aren't very long, so you don't have a lot of leverage when you're snapping these shut. And what I have found is that over time, dirt, gunk's going to build up underneath those buckles, can make it a little bit more difficult to snap shut. And because they are shorter, you just don't have a lot of leverage, so you have to press pretty firmly sometimes. And you'll just notice that they're kind of sharp. So I do feel that sometimes when I'm pressing these down, if they are gunked up, it takes a little bit of force, and sometimes it can kind of hurt my fingers. So I feel like if there was one thing to improve on this, it'd be their buckle design. Just make those a little bit longer for more leverage, and just don't make them so sharp. But overall, they work well. So now let's undo those buckles, and let's show you what's going on the inside here. So something unique that Fox doesn't do is they don't use any Velcro up here around the shin plate. The reason they don't do that, they just want the shin plate to be able to move freely so there's no binding there. For me, really doesn't matter. If there was Velcro, I don't think it'd be a deal breaker. Not having Velcro, like I said, I don't mind it at all. But on the inside here, you can see there's their mesh moisture wicking liner that you have. Now, one thing I want to point out that I really like, you have some padding down around the ankle area, but also, give you a little bit better view here. If you look inside there, you can see this white strip. So this white strip is actually a piece of suede, and it goes all the way down to the sole. And the purpose for that is just to help with heel float. So if you're not familiar with the term heel float, what that means, if you've ever had it before, you probably know what I'm talking about. It's when you put on a boot and you start to walk or ride, you feel like your heel is lifting up off the sole. Well, that's what they call heel float. So to help combat that, this boot, in my opinion, already does a really good job of securing the ankle in place so it doesn't move. But to help even further, they've put that suede strip in there just to help give a little bit added grip to the rider's sock, just to help keep that ankle in place. So overall, I like that design that they've put in there. And there it is. That is the Instinct boot coming from Fox Racing. Again, little to zero braking time, very comfortable, extremely good feel on the foot pegs. My only nitpick, I wish they'd improve, is with that buckle design. But if you guys have any other questions about this, leave your thoughts, your comments below, or if you want more feedback from me personally, I'd be happy to give that. So just leave your questions below, we'll get those answered. To pick up your next set, it is real simple. Just click on the link at the end of this video. Don't forget, guys, orders over $75 ship free. If you guys like this product spotlight, get subscribed to our YouTube channel. That way you stay up to date and in the loop on the latest gear guides, product reviews, and how-to videos that we are constantly filming. I am Chase, and we'll see you on the trails.